from the hospital. Hysterical, her 3-year-old daughter had just died. She was reaching out for emotional support. Shane, allegedly surrounded by mates at the time, showed visible disgust and brushed her off with, "Oh, okay, yeah, well look, I'm with my mates right now, so I might have to talk later. Bye." According to people who were there, he laughed afterwards and called her stupid for expecting sympathy. Not long after that, Shane began a more serious relationship with Renee Williams, a university student from a well-off family. He was said to be obsessed with impressing people from wealth or higher social circles. He reportedly introduced Renee to drugs, and during one serious drug-induced panic attack, those close to her say Shane's only concern was whether he might get in trouble, not her well-being. Renee's conservative family eventually became concerned about Shane's influence. When they voiced their concerns, he allegedly responded by trying to isolate her, turning her against her parents, her brother, her friends, anyone who might try to pull her away. In 2012, at just 22 years old, Shane Cuthbert was arrested and charged after randomly kicking the side mirror of a taxi in Windsor at the Mean Fiddler. That's where he'd been out drinking with his mates. But instead of quietly facing the charge, Shane saw it as another opportunity to make himself the centre of attention. He showed up to Parramatta local court for his mention hearing, dressed in a full clown costume. Outside the courthouse, he spotted a TV news crew and asked what story they were covering. They told him it was a serious case involving parents charged over the genital mutilation of a young girl. Seeing an opportunity to hijack the spotlight, Shane reportedly told them he was protesting child abuse, a lie he made up on the spot to make himself seem relevant to their story. And it worked. The crew dropped their original focus and ran a full segment on Shane instead. He doubled down in court, repeating the same lie to the magistrate, fully aware that the media was from the back of the courtroom. Later, when asked about it, he distanced himself from the whole thing, saying the clown costume wasn't even his idea, that it was his mate's suggestion, and he just went along with it. He couldn't even take responsibility for that. What no one realised at the time was that Shane had no interest in child protection. The protest story was just a last-minute invention, a calculated move to manipulate the media and make himself look like some kind of crusader. In truth, it was never about the issue. It was about the performance. This was his first taste of media manipulation, and he loved it. Loved seeing how easy it was to get journalists to run with whatever narrative he handed them. He loved the idea that if someone Googled Shane Cuthbert, they'd see him in the headlines. But behind the costume and the attention-seeking was something far uglier, a total lack of respect for the court, the justice system, and the charge he was actually facing. Even worse, he completely disrespected the case the media had originally turned up to cover, one involving the brutal and heartbreaking abuse of a little girl. To use that moment for self-promotion wasn't just shameless, it's heartless.